Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Promoted Sandra. Here on my YouTube channel, I do cutting and sewing tutorials, pattern drafting, DIYs. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you how to cut and sew one-piece umbrella baby frock dress. So I made this dress for my sister's baby for her 3 years birthday. So this is how cute she looks on it. Today is her birthday. Please go to the comment section and wish her happy birthday. Okay, so let us dive into the video. These are the materials I'm going to be using for the making of this baby dress. So I have about 2 yards of crepe, okay, for the making of the dress. Then I have about 6 yards of v-neck for the design at the down of the dress. So the first I'm going to be doing is to go ahead and draft this art on my pattern paper. So I'm going to be using this pattern paper to draft both the back and the front. So just like as you can see me doing, the first I'm going to be doing is to go ahead and mark a straight line across the edge of my pattern paper. So I'll go ahead and fold it in. The wideness is about 1 inch. Okay, this is going to be serving as the zipper allowance. So I'll just go ahead and fold it in. Just go ahead and mark 1 inch away from the edge of your pattern paper, then fold it in. So what I'm going to be doing now is to go ahead and mark a straight line across my pattern paper, which is going to be serving as the shoulder line or the starting line. I will place my tape on that line I just marked. I will mark the full length of this baby gown. So the full length I am working with is 22 inches. It is a short gown, as in from the shoulder to the knee, something like that. I will place my tape on the shoulder like this. I will mark half of our shoulder measurement, which is 4.5 inches. I will just mark it. I will place my tape there. I will come down by half inch for shoulder slope. Then I'll go ahead and mark the wideness of the neckline. I will just go ahead and mark 2 inches. Then I will come down by 2.5 inches, just like as you can see me doing. Then I'll go ahead and connect the points together like this. So I'll go ahead and mark the shoulder slope from the neckline to the armhole area. I will place my tape and mark half of her armhole. So her round armhole is 12 inches. 12 divided by 2 is 6. I will place my tape on the shoulder. I will mark 6 inches like this. I will go ahead and mark a straight line across. Okay, this is going to be serving as the chest line. So I will place my tape on the chest line. I will still mark half of her shoulder measurement. So I just want the line to be straight. That is why. So I'll just go ahead and connect it to the shoulder. Then I will come to the chest line. I will divide her bust by 4. I will mark it. Her bust measurement is 20 inches. 20 divided by 4 is 5. I will just mark 5 on the chest line. Then I'll go ahead and use my French cuff to connect the armhole like this, okay? Please pay attention to this part. So I'll go ahead and place my tape at the tip around the neckline. Did you see where I placed my tape? Then I'll go ahead and measure the full length of the gown, which is 22 inches. Then I'll go ahead and mark 22 inches round like this. Okay. The reason why I am marking it like this is because I am making umbrella dress. So I will just stop around here. I don't want the down to be too wide. So I'll go ahead and connect the points together like this. After connecting it, I'll go ahead and measure it, okay, just to see if it's okay. So I'll just go ahead and measure what I have here. So what I have here is about 20 inches. So this is going to be perfect for what I want. If you want yours to be more wider, you can go ahead and keep connecting it. So I'll go ahead and connect the points from the armhole to where I stop like this. I will just use marker so that it will be visible. So after connecting it, I will blend it to the armhole. Then I'll go ahead and connect the down like this using my French curve. So after connecting it, I'll go ahead and cut it out just like as you can see me doing. After I was done cutting it out, I will place my tape at the tip here like this. I will go up by half inch. I'll just go ahead and blend it in with my French cover marker, then cut it out. The reason why I am doing this is to avoid that sharp edge at the end of the dress. So guys, as you can see, I've gone ahead to join my fabric into two so that it will be enough for me to cut at the back and the front of this dress. So this material was supposed to be enough because I bought 2 yards. But I went ahead to mistake a particular style my sister sent to me for this particular style she later chose. Okay. And I've already gone ahead to cut that style out on this fabric. In fact, I even did live tutorial on Facebook. So I believe some of you joined. The difference between this particular style I am making and the one I did on Facebook is just the waistline. Okay, so for the one I did on Facebook, the flare started from the waistline, while this particular one I am making, the flare started from the chest line. So that is just the difference, nothing else. So for this particular style, she wanted the flare to start from the chest line to the down to the hem of the dress. I will go ahead and pin the pattern for this dress down on the fabric. So the fabric is folded into two. Okay, just go ahead and fold your fabric into two before pinning it. So once I was done pinning it, I will go ahead and add the joining and sewing allowance. Around the neckline, I will go ahead and mark ½ inch, on the shoulder ½ inch. Then around the armhole, I will add ½ inch for joining allowance. While for the side, I added ½ inch, but I will advise you add 1 inch. So for the hem, I added 1 inch for folding allowance. Okay, I am just marking this out with my pen on my fabric. So just go ahead and do the same thing. So once I was done, I will go ahead and cut it out just like as you can see me doing. So after I was done cutting it out, I will go ahead and remove the pin like this and keep the front aside. So I'll go ahead and open up that 1 inch I folded in for zipper allowance. It's time to cut the back. So I'll just open it up. Then I'll place it on another piece of paper like this. The reason why I am adding another piece of paper is because this will enable me to cut the back neckline perfectly well. So I will go ahead and extend the zipper allowance to the shoulder line like this. Okay, then I'll go ahead and cut out this on straight parts at the zipper allowance. This part, I will just go ahead and cut it out. So after cutting it, I will cut out the armhole just like as you can see me doing. After cutting the armhole, I will cut the shoulder. Then I'll place my tape on the shoulder line. I will come down by 1 inch for the neck depth. Then I'll just go ahead and connect it and extend it to the zipper allowance. I will cut it out. So guys, I have gone ahead to cut it out on my fabric and I added all the necessary allowance just like as I did for the front. So I'll just go ahead and notch the zipper allowance on the fabric. I will do the same thing on the down part like this. So I'll go ahead and remove the pin and remove the pattern paper. So I'll go ahead and fold in the zipper allowance and iron it just like as you can see me doing. I will go ahead and iron the other one. So I've gone ahead to iron it and this is how it look like. So I'll just go ahead and cut out the turning for the neckline. So I'll just go ahead and place the back neckline on it like this. I'll go ahead and pin it down. After pinning it, I will cut out the shoulder. Then I'll cut out the neckline, okay? Then I'll go ahead and remove the pin around the shoulder. I will just mark how wide I want the lining to be. Okay, I don't want it to be too big. So I've gone ahead to cut it out for the back and I also wanted to cut out for the front as well. So I'll just go ahead and pin the lining on the dress like this. Right side facing each other. Just make sure the right side of the lining is facing the right side of the dress. So after pinning it, I'll go ahead and pin the other one like this. So after pinning it, I will take it to the same machine. I will just sew it with ½ inch and I will do the same thing for the other one and the front. So guys, I've gone ahead to sew it. This is how it look like. So I will turn the lining to the back like this. I will iron it just like as you can see me doing. So I'll go ahead and iron the back as well. So guys, I've gone ahead to iron it. This is how it look like. So I went ahead to thread my needle so that I can tack the neckline like this. So if you know you are good at tacking, you can go ahead and tack the neckline. If you cannot tack it neatly, please go ahead and use hemming gum to secure it. So I also went ahead to tack the back. What I'm going to be doing now is to place the two back together, right side facing each other. I will go ahead and pin it down, okay? So after I was done pinning it, I will place the zip on it like this and mark where the zip is going to stop on the dress. I will just mark it. Then I will take this to the sewing machine. I will sew it from here to the hem of the dress. So guys, I've gone ahead to sew it and this is how it look like. I will just go ahead and iron it open. So after I was done ironing it, I will go ahead and sew the zip on it. So I believe as a fashion designer, you should know how to sew zip. So I'll just go ahead and pin it on it like this and sew it. So guys, I've gone ahead to sew it, and the next thing I'm going to be doing is to shaping the dress. So I'll go ahead and pin the front and the back together. So I'll first of all pin the shoulder. I will take it to the sewing machine and stitch it down with 1/2 inch. I have gone ahead to stitch it down and this is how it look like. The next thing I'm going to be doing is to go ahead and cut out the sleeve. So I will go ahead and draft out the sleeve on my pattern paper. So I will mark a straight line across my pattern paper, which is going to be serving as the shoulder line. I will place my tape on that shoulder line. I will mark 6 inches downward, which is going to be the length of the sleeve. Then I will place my tape on this new line I just marked. I will mark 8 inches. I will place my tape on the shoulder line. I will mark 2 inches downward. Then I will mark a straight line across. I will place my tape here like this. I will mark 1.5 inches inward. I will just go ahead and connect it to the 2 inches I marked earlier. Then I'll go ahead and divide her round armhole to 2. I will add extra 1 inch for joining allowance. So after marking it, I will just go ahead and connect it to that 8 inches I marked at the hemline. So I felt like the sleeve was too long there. I wanted to shorten it to 4.5 inches. Okay, I ended up using 4.5 inches. Then I'll just go ahead and replace that 8 inches on the line. Then I will use my ruler to connect it like this. You can go ahead and cut out the sleeve the way you know how to cut out your sleeve, okay? But this is the way I cut out the sleeve. So when cutting it, I added 1/2 inch at the down for joining allowance, then also 1/2 inch at the top. I will just notch the middle. After notching it, I will take this to the sewing machine. I will just go ahead and fold it down like this. I will fold it again and sew it. I will do the same thing for the other one. So guys, I've gone ahead to sew it. What I'm going to be doing next is to go ahead and iron it, okay? So guys, after I was done sewing it, I will just go ahead and open up the baby dress like this. So I will turn it to the front part. Then I will place the sleeve on it, right side facing each other. Then I'll go ahead and pin the middle where I notched to the shoulder like this. I will just pin it down. So after I was done pinning it, I will take it to the sewing machine and sew it with 1/2 inch. So guys, I've gone ahead to sew it. So what I'm going to be doing next is to go ahead and iron the part where I sew. I will just use my bust ham to iron it open. So guys, one thing I'm going to advise is this: when you are cutting on your fabric, when you are transferring from your pattern to your fabric, please go ahead and notch the chest line. So the chest line was where the flace started from. Notch it so that when you are sewing your sleeve on the dress, it will be very easy for you to identify where the sleeve is going to stop. Okay, it was difficult for me to identify it. That is why I am saying it. Please go ahead and notch it. The next thing I'm going to be doing is to mark where I'm going to be sewing the elastic band on. So I just went in by 1 inch from the hem of the sleeve. Then I also went ahead to cut out an elastic band for the sleeve. So I'll pin the middle of the elastic band to the middle of the dress. The length of this elastic band is 8 inches. Then I'll pin it to the beginning of the sleeve like this. Then I will stretch it out and sew it. When I'm sewing it, I'll be stretching it. Okay, I hope you guys understand. So guys, I've gone ahead to sew it and this is how it look like, as you can see. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is to go ahead and pin the side of this dress, the side of the dress, because it's time for me to shape in the dress. So after pinning it, I will just go ahead and mark 1/2 inch from the hem of the dress to the hem of the sleeve like this and mark it out. Then I will take to the same machine and sew it. I will also sew the other side. So guys, I've gone ahead to sew it. This is how it look like. I will just cut out these excesses at the sleeve. Then the next thing I'm going to be doing is to fold the hem of the dress. I will fold it with 1/2 inch like this. Then I will fold it again. I will take it to the same machine and sew it like this, just like as you can see me doing. So in case you don't know how to sew the hem of a flared dress, I already have a well-detailed tutorial on how to sew the hem of a flared dress. I'm going to be leaving the link at the description section. Click on it to watch. So guys, I've gone ahead to sew it, and this is how it look like. The next thing I'm going to be doing is to go ahead and iron the side open like this. Just go ahead and iron your dress once you're done sewing. This will make your work very neat. So in case you are still watching, you've not liked this video, you've not commented on it, what are you waiting for? Please like and comment. So this is how the dress look like. The next thing I'm going to be doing is to go ahead and cut out the v-neck ruffle design at the hem of the dress. So as you can see, I've gone ahead to fold my v-neck. Okay, I just wanted to fold it in a way that it will be smooth and straight. Okay, so if you check, you're going to see that the hem of the v-neck is kind of rough. So what oh, they have seized the lights. They have seized the light. Well, I'll just continue like that. So what I'm going to be doing is to mark a straight line across this v-neck like this. I will just go ahead and use my scissors to cut it out because I don't want that rough edge on this dress at all. So I'll place my tape on it like this. I will mark 5 inches downward like this. I will just mark 5 inches. So that is how wide I want the ruffle to be, okay, because I'm going to be sewing on the middle, which is going to give me 2.5 inches on both sides. So I'll just go ahead and mark another 5 inch. I'll just go ahead and mark another 5 inch. Then I'll go ahead and cut it out, okay. So I think I wanted to cut out this about into 6 places, a bit 7 places. So I will just go ahead and join each of them together like this. So I will also advise not to join it. Okay, you can also go ahead and gather everything together without joining it. It will still give you what it will give you. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is to go ahead and gather it at the middle. So I'm going to be using this knot loser. I don't know what they call it, but I call it knot loser or spanner they call it. I don't know. So I will just go ahead and raise up the needle of my machine. Then I'll place my v-neck on it. Then I'll just go ahead and gather it at the middle. So as you can see, I am using that knot loser to gather it. If you have a gather foot, you can go ahead and use it. But for me, this is how I gather it. I will just go ahead and bend down and gather. After I was done sewing it, this is how it look like. So I will just go ahead and open up the dress like this. Please just pay attention and see how I am opening it. So I'll just open it up to the front like this. I hope you guys understand. So this is the part where I join, which is the side. I will pin the gathered v-net on it like this. After pinning it on it, I will pin the middle on the hem. So I'll just go ahead and sew it on the hem of the dress like this. So guys, in case you've not liked this video, you've not commented on it, please go ahead and like and also comment. So I've gone ahead to sew it close to where I started it. Can you see it? So I'll just go ahead and cut it out like this. I will just place the remaining one on the first layer, then sew it. So once I was done, then I'll go ahead and restart another one again. So I did not measure the space I gave. I did not measure the space interval between the first layer, second layer. So I think I have about 4 to 5 layer on this dress. So this is how it look like. I hope this tutorial was really helpful. Please, if it was, don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. See you on my next video. Bye.